Gosh dang it! I've been saying things and my mic was off. I give up. Use Jinx.com. Go to Jinx.com. Use our promo code _366 to check out. I can't believe my mic was off that whole time. Gosh dang it! I'm not used to this stuff yet.
I could hear you. And I was like, wow, this guy's doing such a good job. Wow. And then they got me. Oh, no.
Oh my gosh, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to GameByte. Yes, it's GameByte. The only... Oh my god.
We are definitely prepared for this.
Professional podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Professional podcast. Welcome to the show with as many iterations as Half-Life. That's 2! And this is our excuse to remind you that this show is hosted by international podcast hosts and event runners. Oh, not runners, event hosts. Yes, that's us. We've done Casual Connect Asia. We've done the Esports and Gaming Summit in the Philippines. So that's us. That's us. I am Herald Silvestre. I am your host. First name Herald, last name Plays. I am broadcasting live from the Quit Song Podcast Studios, and with me today, I've got the gamers. Who do we do first? Oh! He's got his Hearthstone set to G.A.D's living room. It's the Fury Bot, Mick DeGuzman. How you doing, Mick?
Hey, everybody. It's been a while. Harold, how are you doing? Diego, how are you?
I'm doing even better now that I introduced you with the creepiest smile ever. Well,
yes. I had to make sure that I looked the part. Yeah.
The point was driven home.
Because I got caught off guard. At first, I'd be like, if I heard that, and I'd be like, but then we're buddies now, so I'll be like, okay, fine, I'll just ride with it. Yeah. But then, hey everybody watching and listening through iTunes. Yeah, am I right? iTunes and the iHeartRadio thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Hey.
All right, he's selling his Mac. It's Diego Z. How you doing, Diego?
I'm doing great. Hello, people of the internet. Welcome to the what is it called? The the GameByte podcast. I'm looking for the show notes. I'm sorry.
Someone is obviously on autopilot mode for another few seconds. We'll let you warm up, Diego. Don't worry. We'll let you go through it. But welcome everyone to GameByte. Yes, this is GameByte. Sorry we didn't have a show last week. That's scheduling conflicts. It's hard. Ask the guys over at Geekcast, and they'll tell you how hard it is to schedule a freaking show.
That's because you guys, all your hosts live in 3 different time zones.
I know, man. It's so messed up.
Wait. So where does Jay live again?
Jay lives here in the Philippines. James is in Indiana right now. He's gonna be in Illinois tomorrow, and Wancho's in Portland. So all of you. All of you, Gooch Patrol, Janiacs, and we haven't had one for Wancho yet. But all of you Wancho fans, that's where they live. Good luck finding them, guys. It's GameByte. We got a lot to talk about today, but before we do, I have a little jig going in the background. Before we talk about all that good stuff, I'm gonna ask you guys, as I always do, and this is open to everyone at home, all the millions. Divided by a million watching at home. Mick, and all of you guys watching at home, what have you been playing?
Why, thank you for asking. Well, I've been playing a lot of Destiny 2 and some Hearthstone because I have to get ready for the new expansion coming in mid-December. And I just found this new toilet game, and if you check your show notes, the trailer is there. I don't know, Harold, if you saw it, but it's called South Park Phone Destroy. It came out a few days ago.
Oh, I've heard of that. I've seen ads for that.
It's such a fun game. The game is so much fun. It's like Hearthstone and Clash Royale met and had a baby, and then it just so happens that I kept watching South Park. Yeah, it's expensive, and it watches a lot of South Park, and it just got into it too much into it. So it's a fun game. It's like a live action player versus player that has its own campaign. But in order for you to actually finish the campaign, you have to keep upgrading your cards, because you have like a card. You have a set of cards, like a deck of cards, like I think around 10 or 11. Same with the Clash Royale. But I think, Clash Royale has 8. So this one has more. But then, you have to level them up by getting upgrade tokens and stuff like that. And then you go head to head with people, and to get free packs. It's a fun game. I like it because it keeps the theme of the Stick of Truth, and of course the Fractured Butthole, which is, I'm pretty sure, Herald, a good game, I'm guessing, since you,
man. Lots of holes to butt, and lots of fractures to...
Yeah.
To,
and it's nice because it's like the premise of the game is they have no idea what they're gonna do. What are they gonna play now? Are they gonna play Cowboys and Indians? Are they gonna play like Saints or something like that? Religious orders. It's so crazy. Like every sector has their own rendition of each character. Like Butters in the first part is a pirate, even if it's Cowboys and Indians, because they came out at the same time. And then where I'm at now, he's now an astronaut. So it's pretty cool. It gave them the opportunity of exploring what to do with the cards, and how creative they could get, or how shall I say, fucked up they could get with the card designs. Yeah. So that's what I
might have to check with the censors about that last point, but yeah, that sounds like fun. And this is a game that warns you up front that there will be microtransactions. Like they go out and actually tell you.
yes, they say it out loud, and then the thing is, they give you free packs every 4 hours, so you can get a maximum of 2 packs. So when you go to sleep, when you wake up, you get 2 packs. You could get anything there, from a rare, an epic, or maybe even a legendary. I don't know if they have legendaries though, but yeah, I don't have any legendaries in the game right now.
Oh wow.
I'm just enjoying it because of the references that it gives.
Mm-hmm.
Because I watched South Park. I follow South Park, and it's nice to see that, they keep those references alive. Just like how, Fractured Butthole, they had an episode just to set it up for what happens in the Fractured Butthole, right? So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really like
Awesome.
it. I really like it. Good job to them.
Awesome. Yeah. The Matt Stone, Trey Parker, and the guys who work over at on South Park, like, they do a good job of actually, being hands-on and making sure that the products they come out with, well, recently, PS1 game aside, are true to the game, true to the show.
Not true to the game. Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Diego Z, man, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? Okay. I haven't been able to play much new games. I mean, I've been looking for toilet games, but I haven't had any luck.
You might want to shine a light on your face, by the way.
Oh, okay.
South Park Phone Destroyer.
Waiting for, I'm opening this one. This is good. There we go. Yeah, I've been trying to find toilet games with no luck, so I've been just playing whatever I usually have. Again, playing Destiny. I just finished doing the Leviathan. Last week's Leviathan. The first Leviathan was last week with
who?
The Pub
With
Squad.
With who?
With, of course, the best teacher, the Fury Bot.
Yeah.
Name the Pub Squad, man. Give shout outs to your Pub Squad.
Oh, may I do it? The people we were with, that's Bowser, Cabby XD, Dan XD. Were we with Notorious KGM?
Disney XD.
No, he was just watching over my stream.
Oh yeah, I know. He was just watching on the stream, and then he was backseat gaming. Yeah, no, Cabby XD.
Hey,
BXD, Dan XD, shout out to those guys. And of course, Death0703. That's a weird name, but then Death0703. Whoa, and then the ground shakes, and then there's flames in the back.
So
awesome.
We managed to finish the raid in, well, it took us a while, 3 hours. It's because it took me and it was our first time me and Bowser were doing it. Well, Miguel, it was our first time doing it, so we had to learn how all this shit works. Yeah, we're trying to figure out how all that shit works. So, yeah, we managed to finish at 4 a.m.
I just want to share.
Yeah.
The reason the 1.5 hour in that raid was from the very first part because they couldn't get their shit together.
Oh wow.
We had to do it like maybe like 6 or 7 times, and then when we did the final boss, it just took us 1 run. I was super surprised. Like, wow,
no,
that was
no.
fast. We
The
did it.
boss?
Oh, we did it twice. We did it twice.
No, we did it like we died so many times in the boss. Come on.
Oh no. The dogs. No, we saved your guys in the dogs because there's like in the raid there are like specific areas. So there's one that called the dogs. So you have to kill dogs. All. And the thing is, we were strategically placed, so that was pretty good. Yeah. Good job, though. Good job.
At least in the end, you guys got it down. That's the important thing. Elgin in the chat said he's been he's been playing some Warframe and .hack. Am I saying this right? .hack goo, last recode or hack
GU.
GU. All right, awesome. Well, he's been playing that. Salon in the chat wishes that, or is hoping that I'm finally wearing pants this time. Who knows, right? Who knows? You never know. Actually, it could be any configuration of no pants, no pants. Like, for all you know, neither or none of the hosts right now are wearing pants. It's more of a guessing game at this point.
Or maybe Harold's
see?
wearing a pantort. You know what a pantort is? It's like a half pants, half. It's like one leg is like on shorts and then the other leg is like on pants. If you guys want to see a reference of that, check Google Ruby Rose WWE, and you'll understand what a pantort is.
Or just Google at the Fury bot at home, and then you'll pretty much find a bunch of those.
You'll understand what a pantort is. Yes.
That's his. That's his. What's up, DZ?
I like. Also, another thing. No, go ahead. Finish your Ruby Rose stuff.
No. That was it. Because she's now in SmackDown Live. Sorry, it's different podcast, but yeah, I gotta say
That's okay. It's
cool.
okay.
Yeah, that's for WrestleByte, Mick. Save that for WrestleByte.
I'm sorry, it's WrestleByte. Yes.
DZ, what were you saying, man?
I was saying, another thing I want to point out, aside from Destiny, the reason it always dawns on me, this is the reason why I stopped playing Overwatch. But I played it again. I just tried to hop in. Just tried to fucking hop in. I got so mad after 2 games. One of that, okay, competitive mode, fine, you lost. Okay, I get it. All right. But the second one, it was quick play, and that's when I got I lost it. It's like, fuck, it's quick play, and I'm losing. I shouldn't even be mad. And then that's why I was like, oh my god. And now I remember why I stopped playing this stupid game. But anyway,
reminds me, guys. After the show, we have to do a real quick thing in Overwatch. I'll talk to you guys about that in the after show, super quick.
Cool.
Yeah, but real quick, also in the chat, Justin Christie, Justin. Shout out to Justin, who was our lovely co-host for last year's Quitsmas GameByte episode. It's almost that time of the year again, DZ. It's almost Quitsmas time. Justin in the chat says, I can't believe it's Pokemon again. I know, man. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And
Jesus, mother of God.
yeah, next year we're gonna get Super Ultra Duper Sun and Super Ultra Duper Moon. We're gonna milk this cow till it's dead. All right. Thanks for asking, guys. I've also found a new toilet game.
You didn't let us. You didn't let us ask you. You were like, oh yeah, no, thank you guys for asking.
You assume that we're not.
You assume. Yeah.
We're not gonna think about your feelings.
We were gonna ask you.
You never do. So I've
I'm gonna be honest. I never do.
Hey, I missed it once. Okay. I missed it once last episode. I remember.
Oh man, so I found this new toilet game.
Distracting thing.
It's called Bowmasters. It's pretty much Bowman. You guys remember Bowman back from high school?
Oh,
that little Flash
HTML
game, but it's
days.
just black and white. Yeah, from the Flash days. It's just like a black and white archer versus another black and white archer. You can play against a friend that's right next to you, or you play against yourself. And Bowmasters is pretty much that on another level. They add different characters. They have a Gambit character. They have a whole huge roster of characters, tributes to an amalgamation of the guys from Kiss. You see Left Shark over there, Stormtroopers there as well. I got this guy. He's kind of like Gambit, who he throws cards and then the cards can split and explode. Dr.
Cool.
Mick is a reference to Rick, of course.
Dr. Mick.
So yeah, Dr. Mick. It's super cool. I would highly recommend it for a toilet game because unlike other toilet games, it's low pressure. You don't have to keep moving around right away and worry about tapping on the screen. or worrying about the timer running out like in Hearthstone, you could put it down, or you could pause it. You could leave the app and message your friend saying, "I'm in the toilet, stop calling," and then you can go back to the game. It's low pressure. And Elgin in the chat says, "Oh hey, Bowmasters! I wish online multiplayer worked on that." I've heard that it's bad. I've heard the online multiplayer sucks, but I only play against myself or against the AI. Because again, low pressure. I just want to get the fanciest shot I can get. Aim really high, and hope it lands.
Ultra high angle bonus. It's like that.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And so it's a super good toilet game. I love it. I think this might last me a little longer than the other toilet games I've found recently. So yeah, there's that, and of course I've been playing Overwatch when the ping isn't super high. Freaking PLDT has me worried about the tournament.
Thanks, PLDT.
I know. By the way, guys, tournament is happening. First leg is this weekend. The second round of the first leg is next weekend. So if you guys need details on the Overwatch, Quit Stalling Overwatch Online Open, end of the show, we'll have more details about that. Let's see. Ivan in the chat says, "Good job, Herald." I think that was because of my little kerfuffle on the mic being muted at the start. That's just how we do. That's just how we do.
This
So,
is how we do it.
This is how we do it. All right. Everyone in the chat, everyone watching right now, everyone at home, tweet us or message us in the chat. Let us know, what have you been playing? And Joffel in the chat says, "Are you covering the Battlefront fiasco?" Why, yes, we are, Joffel. Thank you for asking. He says, "Sorry for not coming to ESGS." Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. All right, it's all good. We still got you.
It's
all
okay.
right, guys.
I've never met you, so it's okay. Yeah, I'd like to meet you though.
You were supposed to meet him over at ESGS, but
yes, I was.
yeah.
Yes, I was.
It's all right. Circumstances happen, Joffel. We all know that. Guys, shout outs before we head to the news.
Shout out to my friends who are probably not watching this, but hello again. I keep doing it every episode.
Diego, I know you got at least one shout out in you. Come on.
Oh.
Diego, he's winding up. He's winding up for the pitch.
Looking forward to always.
Yeah, shout out to my lovely honey buddy. Shout out to my girlfriend Jessica for tuning in. She is working now, but she still takes the time to support me in the show.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's love, man. That's love. All right, it's time for the news.
This week in video games.
All right, we got a lot to talk about. It's the news, and it's brought to you by. It's brought to you by Diego's face mask handkerchief from last week. If you want to see that episode, tune in. It's on YouTube and Twitch right now, and of course on your podcatchers everywhere. That was GameByte episode 35, Con Flu. I think I got that right.
Con Flu.
I think that's what I called it. Yeah, it should be Con Flu. All right. Even though Diego didn't get sick from the con, as was me, but yeah. All right, guys. As Joffel alluded to over in the chat, we got a lot to talk about today, and of course it circulates around the whole EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 fiasco and loot boxes in general as they are in today's society. And that might sound really ridiculous the way I'm putting it, but it's way more serious than my jokes, my half-hearted jokes allude to. So
half-hearted jokes.
When a video game publisher gets the attention of kind of outside of industry,
when a video game publisher gets the attention of GameByte, you know it's serious, guys.
Exactly. What he said.
Okay,
no, but Diego, sorry, Diego.
Fine.
Sorry, what Diego was saying was that when it gets the attention of the gaming public in general, isn't that right, Diego?
Oh, no, I was not gaming public. That the public outside gaming.
Yes.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's when it's bad. Because heck, if I'm not mistaken, like a TV network started covering this. I forgot which one, but outside
a lot of
entities,
them.
like Belgium, like a Belgian. Well, I don't want to spoil it. Let's just get on with the news. Go ahead.
All right. Well, yeah, a lot of news outlets have covered it. CNN, CNBC, Wall Street Journal, I think. Whatever the Wall Street.
Yep.
The online Wall Street one is. My God,
Wall Street Journal. I just don't know the domain.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sorry, real quick, Francis in the chat says, no shout out. We didn't know you were there, bro, but thank
Francesco,
you for tuning
my
in.
friend. Welcome
Our
back.
number one friend over in the chat, Francis Roque. That reminds me, man, I miss Vincent Sia, Diego. I miss Vincent Sia.
Yeah, I haven't seen the guy in chat for so long.
I know. Vincent, if you're out there, let us know. Let us know. All right. So, guys, Battlefront 2, man, there's so much poo going on. Who wants to be the lead hitter for this one?
May I do it?
Go ahead.
All right, cool.
Take
So,
the first shit.
so for those of you who don't, I'm pretty sure a lot of you know this. A lot of the people who are watching at home know this. But just a refresher, EA released a revamped edition of Star Wars Battlefront about a year or two back, just to promote, building the hype for Episode 7, which was going to be another installment of the Star Wars saga. Now, here's the thing. It was a bit of a lukewarm reaction because the thing is there was no campaign. It was just all multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
People basically ran out of things to do because they had limited maps. You had to buy the maps from DLC, all those microtransactions that you don't want. And so, they listened. According to EA, they listened. So they were going to release Battlefront 2. Now, the thing is, Battlefront 2 is going to be bigger. According to them, it was going to be a game that is 3 times bigger than the original Battlefront, revamped Battlefront, not the original Battlefront, because that was pretty good. Now, they introduced more maps. They introduced more unlockable characters. They introduced a progression system that kind of revolved around, leveling up, getting achievements to get weapons. But here's the thing. Here's an interesting thing. They also introduced the loot box. Now, you're probably asking, well, why would they add the loot box? I mean, probably cosmetics, right? Yeah, well, yeah. But the thing is, they also introduced a thing called star cards, which gives you a bit of an advantage to your character. It boosts your character's attributes and abilities. And, it doesn't really make a huge difference for you. So it just gives you a bit of an advantage, but not like a totally, oh my God, this guy's OP advantage. So upon hearing that, a lot of people were kind of, iffy about it. And, after the open beta, EA spoke and addressed those concerns about, having a loot box system there with microtransactions may be abused by a lot of the players. And then they said that, they won't be able to. A 7 or an 8-year-old kid who really likes this game cannot just get his dad's credit card and drop about $200 to $300 just for loot boxes. Because the thing is, the best star cards in the game are only attainable at a certain rank, a higher rank. I'm not quite sure which one. Now, here's the thing. Okay, so, people were kind of okay with that, right? I'm guessing. But here's the thing. If you pre-ordered the game, you get the early access. You guys know that, the early access, EA early access.
Yeah, that's EA's one of EA's more recent scams that's been adopted throughout the industry.
Yeah.
Ubisoft, I'm looking at you.
Nice one, Ubisoft.
Sorry, go on, Mick.
Yeah, EA early access. For those of you who don't know, it's you get to play the game a few days earlier than people who want to buy, a physical copy on the day itself, or the day one, in other words. Now, they were not happy because, aside from, EA was telling them, no, you won't get the best cards in the game, star cards in the game and stuff. We'll make sure of that. Here's the thing. They totally just kind of screwed their audience, because the thing is, they built a progression system where the heroes are locked. You have to purchase the heroes with credits. So, yeah, if you think about it, yeah, that's fine. But the prices were crazy, man. Like, Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader are behind a paywall with regular credits that's about 60,000. And then Princess Leia, Chewbacca, Darth Maul, all the other characters are like at 20,000. So they're like, what the hell? A Reddit user actually calculated that, and it would take him about 40 hours just to unlock, I think, one I think one character, which is Luke Skywalker, it would take him 40 hours of gameplay just to get enough credits to unlock one of the characters. That's crazy,
and,
right?
I don't mean to cut in too much, but real
Yeah,
quick,
go ahead.
and that's where a lot of the backlash started gaining ground was Reddit, and it was this post in particular that I saw rise up the ranks from
my God, yes.
from Reddit obscurity, rising like a phoenix. This was literally the most simple Reddit post ever, and that's pretty much why it got so much attention. Was seriously, I paid $80 to have Vader locked, which is so true. You know, let me zoom in for the folks at home because that's pretty small right now. See, he says this is a joke. I'll be contacting EA support for a refund. I can't even play effing Darth Vader. Disgusting. This is age of microtransactions. This age of microtransactions has gone way too far. Leave it to EA though to stretch the boundaries. And let me say something. Yeah. Mick, I'm gonna get back to you in just a second, but let me say something.
You're very passionate about this. I understand.
Yeah,
yes, you are.
The dude summed everything up so simply. You know, you don't need big words. It's so simple. EA took something with so much potential, like loot boxes and loot crates and microtransactions, and they did their thing, which we're gonna talk way more about in just a little bit because. Earlier today, I think the president, the CFO, said the most infuriating things. But you know that Reddit post summed everything up so simply, and it got the attention of everyone to the point that they were like, you know what? Yeah, let's rally behind this. Let's rally behind this.
Yeah.
So I'm really sorry I had to cut in, but you know,
no, definitely. The thing is, another thing that pissed off a lot of people was the fact that. Okay, so if you buy the loot boxes, you get star cards, right? So if you get spare star cards, you can trade them in. I don't know, like dismantle or like I don't know, disenchant, whatever you want to call it, or dust it to regular currency. So that means if someone drops a ton of money on loot boxes and opens a ton of loot boxes and gets a ton of credits, he'll be able to unlock all of the characters before anybody could even unlock it themselves. So that kind of pissed off a lot of people because the thing is it became such a pay to win thing because now they'll be able to get the full content of the game, I mean including those playable characters, you know, by just dropping money. And I think that for an $80 game, come on man, you're not supposed to do that. Okay,
exactly.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, like cosmetics. Cosmetics. You could have done cosmetics.
Sorry, I just had to say it.
Crazy, man. They could have done cosmetics. Okay,
they could have made $80, man. They said be taking my $80 and they want more for the Darth Vader.
They could have made something like Disco Fever Darth Vader, like it's a all chrome Darth Vader, and then the chest is like a disco ball pieces, so it just lights up and stuff. Oh, Disco Fever, Darth Vader. I hope someone does that though.
The best
Disco Fever, Darth Vader.
Darth Vader I've heard of.
That is
we
the
need
best.
That. We need that.
Ever. We need that in our lives. Maybe like a silver samurai Darth Vader, like an all silver one. That would be pretty cool as well. But but
you
again,
bring up a good point, man. The EA took something that should have had so much potential, like how Overwatch is done. And we're gonna be going back to Overwatch a lot, guys. So if you don't like that, we're really sorry, but it's such a great example to use.
If you want, Herald, you can actually cite CS:GO and Team Fortress since they're the ones who initially started this whole loot box bullshit.
We can, but we'll get into CS:GO in a little bit as well because I got some gripes about. About
we also got, all right.
Yeah, but they took something that Overwatch has done well with. They've made it purely cosmetic with sprays, with skins that are fun. And keep you coming back, even though they don't tie in the progression, which is the main gripe here.
Yeah,
that's the big problem with the game.
If I can interject, though, because they also took here. You know how a lot of mobile games do the loot box system as well, right?
Yes.
It's like they tried to get a successful formula, a somewhat successful method of getting cash from a mobile game and try to implement it to a AAA game on a PC. That's like two completely different things.
That's something that I was gonna say. Well,
because the loot box system in mobile games are usually built for free to play mobile games, right?
Yes.
So
exactly.
It goes back to the whole point. Like, why the fuck am I paying for I already paid for the game. Give me what I paid for.
Exactly. A lot of people were pissed off just for that. I mean, like, like, I think that they took the whole the free to play microtransaction platform. I don't know what you call platform or like strategy or how making money. I mean, like, look at like in our country here in Manila, here in the Philippines, we had Ragnarok Online, and when it went free to play, they had in-game transactions, aka microtransactions, right?
Yeah.
So they took that idea and they said, microtransactions, they might be very, very, good right now. So maybe if we put these in our game, we might make some extra money, even if we're kind of, making them pay $80 for a game that's probably going to have 4 or 5 DLCs that we have to pay for as well. Maybe we can do that.
Like, if a game is built, how to put this? If the loot box system
Star cards. Look at the loot box
star cards. They're just flipping around, If the loot box system or method or whatever is not built, if it's built around the core mechanic, and if it works with the core mechanics of the game, for a free-to-play game, people would buy it. People would spend.
Yeah.
Look how Clash of Clans does it. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
The core gameplay is offline, right? It's offline. They have, the microtransactions in that they're not. Yeah, the gems, they're not mandatory. You can progress. You can progress in the game. You can still play the game without having to pay. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Let's remove the paying first. You can still play the game without having to pay. But look at some of the games. Like, I can't play unless I have, better equipment, better stuff. I can't do anything.
Yeah,
I can't do anything. That's why it's like they're forcing a wall on your progression.
Yeah.
So you spend more time in the game, which will like somewhat tempt you. Oh fuck! I don't want to do this shit. I'll just pay. But the thing is, people don't want to do that. They don't want to pay. They don't want to be forced to pay. They don't want to be forced to pay.
Just to add on that, I mean, like with EA, on EA's defense, to be honest, it wasn't really much of a big advantage to get the star cards. I think the biggest problem there was that the fact that you would get you could drop a lot of money to get credits. And people will be able to unlock the heroes, and I think that they're putting a paywall, a progression style paywall thingy on, and I don't know if they thought of that maybe people could actually get credits from duplicates. Oh no shit, Sherlock! Everybody's gonna get duplicates because everything is at random in a loot box, right? So it kind of in some way backfired because they didn't really look into it. Maybe it's because
they did. They knew what they were. You know what? They're not as dumb as some people are giving them credit for. I guess is what we're saying. They knew this coming in. They have the top marketing guys in the gaming industry. They knew this coming in. Well, not the top, but they have top marketing guys, and this is all for money. We've seen this before. We saw this coming. Diego brought this up before. When Battlefront 2 was about to launch, that the money is going to be coming in from them because of all the microtransactions that they've put in. Exactly. And it's frustrating. Like Francis in the chat says Star Wars Battlefront 2 didn't have the high ground, and they did not have the high morally ground. Or practically, or and here's the thing is, going back to what Mick said, our initial point was, it's because these things were tied to progression. We simplified it. If it's cosmetics, by all means, throw as many loot boxes as necessary, because it's not, those are for the whales, or for the people that really want that all white Darth Vader look, or that light side Darth Maul skin, like
Or the Disco Fever Darth Vader.
exactly. So, when it's for fun like that, when it's content that isn't necessary to be good at the game or to get further into the game, especially at the cost of $80, that's when we have a problem. And yeah, Justin in the chat says they hid what most people consider a really good game under a dumpster fire of microtransaction BS. Yes, because it's impossible to ignore. If you played NBA 2K17, or is it 2K18, you can ignore it if you only play exhibition matches or if you play the actual teams. But when you play you're my player, when you play your own character and you need that virtual currency in order to get better at the game, that's when you have a problem.
Yeah.
And the reason that didn't garner as much attention as Battlefront is because the players of NBA 2K18 aren't as vocal, aren't as organized, and aren't as pissed off as Star Wars fans, because that is a much larger market. And
Yes,
that's
it is.
That's a much larger community that can garner attention.
Dude, I gotta show you guys this. A friend of mine sent this a while ago. It's so cool.
Up?
It just says, "You can't win, Anakin. I have purchased the high ground paid DLC."
Yeah, I've seen that make the rounds on the internet. That's funny.
That's the best, dude. I have purchased the high ground.
Yeah, and Francis in the chat said AAAs don't usually do what Diego, like what Diego said. They don't usually do heavy microtransactions.
Yes.
Because of the premium price tag, and it's $80. Are you freaking kidding me, man? And I don't get everything in your game for $80. And that's not even mentioning the fact that the campaign is ridiculously short. All right, that's another gripe that people have with the game, is the campaign is so short that it doesn't even feel like it's worth $80, especially when you put this huge paywall behind, iconic characters like Luke and Darth Vader.
Exactly. Yes.
The
light and the dark.
I remember when the first Battlefront came out. The first thing I said, the Star Wars Battlefront, one before this, not the first one, but the one before this. This game is gonna flop because it looks like there's too much great graphics. They put too much time on graphics, but they didn't put time on the gameplay. They didn't put much time on the content. Just, it has to look pretty. That's all. So imagine if, okay, that's the thing. So now moving into this one, imagine if they had put more time into the campaign, right? If they had put more time into the campaign, maybe then we can say at least the campaign was good. But no, we gotta make it look pretty. We gotta make that one fallen brick of space debris have bajillion pixels.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, no one's ever gonna care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why there was a point I had to say. It's like there was a point where all my, again, I'm gonna go back to Ubisoft.
Here we go.
We're really not doing any favors to our future ties with Ubisoft Philippines, are we?
Yes, we are not. We are definitely
I'll try not
not.
TLDR. Anyone who goes up to me and tells me, "Jegs, did you see that game that just came out? The trailer? Did you see the graphics?" The first, I'll be like, "Yeah, so what? I don't care. Show me a game that has content. Don't show me a game that has graphics because you'll never tell me about graphics in a Nintendo game."
Yeah.
Yes.
And look at how good Animal Crossing is doing.
Have you ever
on
heard
mobile.
someone say, "Wow, those graphics on the Nintendo are sick"? When have you ever heard that? Never. But Nintendo games, they're always good.
Back when they released WrestleMania 2000, man, on the N64.
Yeah. Yes.
Doesn't mean it's made by Nintendo, is
Yeah.
it? Was it made by
I
Nintendo?
don't think so. I think that was.
I don't think so. I
Probably
think
probably
it's just
not.
licensed on the Nintendo.
Probably just licensed. But yeah, so that's just
Yeah.
just want to point that out.
So
Yeah, no, that's a
so-
great point, dude. That's a really good point.
Let's check the timeline though. I mean, like the timeline that happened right after this is just really crazy, and I want to share that with you guys. So the first thing that happened was, of course, when Herald showed the that comment that just went up all the way up about Darth Vader being locked, and then it had the, and then of course some poor soul from the EA team had to just reply and say something. Oh my gosh! Should I read it or no need? Because it's
Read
kind
it
of
out,
long.
dude. Read it out, man.
Oh, I'll read it. I'll read it out right now. Okay, so this is what they said, and I quote: "The intent is to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes. As for cost, we selected initial values based upon data from the open beta, and other adjustments made to milestone rewards before launch. Among other things, we're looking at average per player credit earn rates on a daily basis, and we'll be making constant adjustments to ensure that players have challenges that are compelling, rewarding, and of course, attainable via gameplay. We appreciate the candid feedback and the passion the community has put forth around the current topics here on Reddit, our forums, and across numerous social media outlets. Our team will continue to make changes and monitor community feedback and update everyone as often as we can." Good Lord, this has the okay. In the 10 years that Reddit has been in existence, this is the most downvoted post of all time. Okay, with over negative 674,000 downvotes.
By the way, guys,
the EA
if you aren't on Reddit yet, get on Reddit. Oh
you
my
have to get
God.
on Reddit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ever since this, I started actually refreshing Reddit every now and then.
Speaking of Reddit, if you guys are just gonna get into Reddit and you guys are like me, you're a tiny little bit of a neat freak, guys, check out Power Wash Porn. It's basically a power wash where they clean like molds off like
I've seen
sidewalks.
that.
It looks so good. I mean, that's so satisfying.
my
You even
God.
have the videos of like a power washer just cleaning through like a wooden shed that's filled in dirt with dirt.
Speaking
They
of
just
cleaning
wash
food,
it through.
check
I'm
out
like,
Luke
like-
Skywalker cleaning
one of
food.
those-
here.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
one of those
but-
guilty pleasure videos that
Yeah,
Nick
it's a
was talking
guilty
about
pleasure
yesterday.
one. Yes.
The-
You guys should
like
check
the
that
ear-
out.
Like the
Yeah.
pimple popping and then the earwax.
Oh yeah, that one also. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
not
No, but-
get into that. Let's not get
Yeah,
into
but
that.
going
Anyway,
back to the post
so-
from the guy from
Yes.
EA,
Yeah.
see, he was talking about giving people content for a prolonged period of time. See, that'd be fine if your game didn't have as much content as a Roadkill Shallow Grave. It's
so
like-
deep, sir.
Them Spartan words.
But
So
boom.
deep.
No, but for real, like
Those
if
fat
you actually
words.
had content in the game to keep us compelled for that extended
Yeah.
period of time that you're hoping for, then we would have no problem. Especially, especially when if you're not charging $80 for the game. We're going back to this $80 for the game, and then God knows how much is it to get Vader, Mick? How much is it to get Vader? Let's actually
60,000
put a
credits.
price,
60,000.
which is how much in dollars?
Okay, here's the thing. You can't buy credits
Oh God damn it!
in dollars. You can buy crystals, which is the premium currency, to buy loot boxes. So probably if you did, I didn't see how much of the math is, because the thing is
See?
probabilities.
No, but that's
But the
the
thing is,
point. Is
it
it
makes it
so
faster.
stupid?
Yeah, you can actually buy like one hero probably if you buy like $100 worth of crystals. Oh,
That's
100
messed up.
like $100 crystals worth of loot boxes. Probably you'll be able to unlock Luke and Darth Vader in one go.
Gosh.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah. See, shout out to Semyonovici1 over in the Twitch chat. Yeah, this is how ridiculous EA is and what they're expecting of us. And they had someone from EA Dice. Oh my God, it's so stupid saying EA Dice. EA Dice. Talk to Angry Joe on YouTube, and he was dodging. He was
Oh,
either
I saw
intentionally
that.
dodging.
He was
He was
dodging
either
the
intentionally dodging the questions, or he just wasn't understanding them properly because he was too busy focusing on what to answer. And
Yeah.
here's the thing, guys. He seemed like a nice guy. I admit. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't have full control over the game. I'm sure he answers to bosses who answer to bosses, and those
answer to
bosses look at the
Disney.
marketing charts. And Disney has had major not announcements, but major media posts, I guess, saying
going
how
against
they
it.
don't approve of EA's way of handling things, and it's messed up to the point that Mickey Mouse has actually taken notice. So,
Whoop.
yeah. Oh boy. Ho ho ho. So.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, see limited
Sorry, go
power
ahead.
for $80. Limited power, as Francis says in the chat. So you know what I'm saying is, my gosh, man, when you can't even answer how much did it actually cost to get Darth Vader in your game, he couldn't answer that question either, and either he couldn't answer it because he was afraid to, or he couldn't answer it because God, the math is messed up.
Yeah,
It's
some of the people in Reddit are really good at math. I'm like, holy shit, these guys are just devoting so much time and
Reddit is the internet now
for this stuff.
Can I insert a quick thing?
Yeah.
insert your quick
you
thing.
know how good?
Go, hey-o.
Do you know how good people? This is an example of how good people are on on Reddit. Is that you guys know Death Note, right?
Yes.
Someone was able to prove how Death Note, the plot or the story, if it happened in 2017, they would have caught Kira. The internet would have caught Kira in less than a week.
Oh wow!
Specifically because of Reddit.
Wow.
See, Reddit is
actually
the
pretty
internet
good.
now because it's what Facebook can't be. Yeah, like
Yes.
So Reddit is amazing. But this isn't a Reddit. This isn't a show about Reddit. That's the Reddit cast.
Yeah. That's the Reddit cast. Yes.
We do that every
of course,
Fridays.
that go Friday right after WrestleByte, of course.
Oh my god! I can't wait for WrestleByte this week,
Friday
guys.
night WrestleByte. Yeah.
Friday night.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah.
WrestleByte. I
So
like that.
so here's the thing. Now with EA, after all this backlash, they first came with a solution, and they thought, okay, so we'll just reduce the credits needed to unlock the heroes. Okay, because I think that's where it all stemmed out from. So okay, so they made all the other playable characters from 20,000, the ones I mentioned a while ago, to 10,000, and then they made Luke and Darth Vader 15,000 each from the 60,000, which is good. I mean, okay, fine, okay, hooray, we're getting them cheaper, but that's the thing. It's still hard to grind them out because the thing is, even if they were mentioning that they will be adjusting how much credits you get on a daily basis. Some of these people, they'll be playing like an hour, 2 hours. They're not going to be those people who are the hardcore people who will be playing for like maybe 24, 48 hours straight just to grind out,
Streamers, pretty much.
Streamers, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Imagine how much they'd make if they actually just did what Overwatch did. And okay, I don't want to sound like a fanboy here, but imagine if they just released the heroes for free.
Yes.
The thing about this, like, let's say that you start off with, okay, let's give like Rey and John Boyega as the first heroes in
Finn,
Star Wars,
yeah.
in Battlefront.
Finn.
Okay, let's say Finn, yeah, and then let's say a few months down the line, okay, everyone.
You called him, John Boyega and Ray. I'm like, wow, there's a character named John Boyega. No, Finn.
That sounds a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
John Boyega sounds more fancier than Finn. So anyway, whatever.
Yeah,
And then
go,
months down the line, they release. Okay, guys, we're gonna release Luke Skywalker. Everyone gets to play him. Same thing. If you want to keep your player base, on the game, do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have done
Overwatch. Yes. Overwatch.
yeah.
They should have done personally for me, like for example, Luke Skywalker with his trademark green lightsaber. They could have had like cosmetics to like change it to whatever color you like. You want him to have a red lightsaber? Have a red lightsaber. If you want him on a white one, a black one. Yes, there is a black one, right? Am I right?
If you want a purple one, you're gonna have to talk to Samuel Jackson though.
Yeah, I have to talk to Mace Windu. They should have added Mace Windu, and he should have had.
Dude, yes.
Yeah,
You know what?
Should have had Mace
Give
Windu.
us- Yeah, give us Battlefront X, and then just do it the way Overwatch did it. All right,
Yeah.
Make it a sustainable game. Give us cosmetic loot box, and see we keep going back to Overwatch because it is a good model for it. It is a great way of
Or
doing
you can-
what they did.
Or you can give us a CS:GO game, and you just give us like camo for the guns.
yeah,
They're pretty cool. I really like the guns, and I like how the cosmetics
Golden
in CS:GO
lightsabers.
they actually break. They actually break through time.
oh,
Like
yeah.
they change, they get tarnished or something like that. That's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
cool.
That's awesome.
All
All right,
some
real
of
quick.
some of the skins.
We're going to go to the chat. Joffel in the chat says, looking at the computations, it's the lost optimistic for each match time. It's just a huge Excel sheet with fairly good assumptions of RNG for getting credits you get from star cards, which is very
my
true.
God.
You know, that is
Yes.
that is exactly why there's so much outrage. Francis in the chat says skins don't work for Star Wars because not all of them do costume change. No, that's the thing, is you can get creative. That's where you make fans' dreams come true. You know, you make Luke that's pretty much Darth Vader with a Luke head. You know, you give us the fantasies that we've always wanted. You give us Darth Maul that's light side with less tattoos and brown skin. You give us you give us exactly. You give us Han Solo with the Imperial officer's uniform. You know, you give us all that fantasy and all those alternative looks. Exactly, right? And that you know what, that would have brought casuals into the game because for the first time, you know, people could be like, yeah, exactly. People would be like, oh my gosh, I get to be Luke but Sith with the corruption. Like, you know, people who've never played an FPS will play it because they get to play their favorite Star Wars characters, and that is the point. That is how
creative.
Exactly. Yes.
With how they look. It's bragging rights. It's definitely bragging rights. Like that's the thing. That's the thing with a lot of cosmetics now is that you brag. It's like I'll give an example like Destiny 2. The reason why a lot of people like there's this cosmetic that you get from achievements from like from doing a dungeon on prestige mode, which means it's in a very, very hard level, and then you get this thing in aura. It's like a crown on the back of your head, and it's there for like a week. So weekly you gotta keep doing that. But that's the thing. It's bragging rights. And people do it because they want them bragging rights, yeah.
You know, that involves the time investment and the skill that comes with that. Unlike, okay, I'm just gonna grind the crap out of this. I don't even have to be, you know, I don't have to be mindful about what I'm doing. And that's not the way to do it. That's how you get burnout. What EA is doing is giving players a chance to get burned out and spark Reddit posts
record
like
time.
Wait, you have to read
record time.
You have to read Francis's comment.
Oh, dude, yeah. See, Metal Bikini Leia from Return of the Jedi. I would play the crap out of that game. Give us Metal Bikini Leia with the double bladed lightsaber. Mick, quit doing that face.
Oh boy.
You asked for it.
No, I'm not gonna do it. No.
See.
Nope.
And that's the thing, you know, you give us the imagine the frick EA Dice has the ability to give us these things, you know, and they can't freaking I refuse to say that they lack the imagination to give us, for the lack of a better term, Overwatch but Star Wars. You know, like give us what we were just talking about with great skins, or you know, go as far as the customization you were asking for. That's Tekken like, you know, make us be able to adjust the scars on their faces and give them different outfits. That's what you could put in the freaking loot boxes that we can grind out. Frick yes, I will do that. Luke Skywalker in a metal bikini like Leia. Yes, I will grind the crap out of that because it's funny and
I'll think about it. I'll maybe think about it on that one. Maybe See, I'll just hold out a little bit on that one. That specific
Mick, we
one.
always resist what we fear to love. All right, that's why I still haven't watched.
Wow.
That's why I still haven't watched My Little Pony. Okay,
I see.
I fear to love My Little Pony.
This guy, such a bro. Yeah, but you know, hey, you know, we as much as we wanna, you know, as much as we wanna talk shit on EA for that. I mean, they did take it out just before release. They had an official statement where they're gonna pull it out from the game, microtransactions as a whole, and then they're just gonna probably like, you know, hopefully, you know, what we suggested may arrive to him if one of our friends gets the chance to send them a link of our podcast, and for them to hopefully we can give them some creative criticism or maybe some advice on what they should do, like Disco Fever, Darth Vader, my only concoction from this whole thing.
Mick's like, I really want Disco Ball Darth Vader.
If they make Disco Fever Darth Vader, I will buy the game. I will buy it in digital. I will buy it in the most expensive one.
Do we have... wait, is that really a thing, or you guys just made it up?
I made it up.
Mick made it up.
I made it up on the spot.
We should have like a Tumblr fan base.
Oh man, that'd be so good.
Or a DeviantArt fan base.
That'd be so good,
and
man.
they'll be able to do that. They'll be able to make me Disco Fever Darth Vader. my idea. For those of you who don't know or just tuned in, Disco Fever Darth Vader he's all chrome, and then the middle is like a disco ball, so it just lights up and just keeps randoming lights and stuff like that. Pretty cool. That's my idea. Yes. But anyway, yeah, no, they took it out of the game, and Disney came out and they're supporting them in their decision of removing it from the game. Companies like the people who are who's that again? The people making what was that game again that we were talking about? We were talking about this. Oh, so CD Projekt Red, the people making what's that game again?
They made The Witcher. They're making Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk 2077. It took shots of them in an interview. They were saying that there's no paywalls involved in this game, so everybody's gonna get the free game.
You want me to read the tweet?
You should.
Before you do,
yeah, go ahead.
I want to read out the chat real quick. Christopher Huerta Slim says, "What's the show about?" And then Francis said, "Oh, rainbow lightsabers."
Rainbow lightsabers,
dude. I see. Get this. They have the power to get creative and give us the Luke Skywalker story DLC that we've all deserved. But I'm really petitioning for this. No, but you know what I'm saying is. Oh, and Elgin in the chat says, I think loot boxes should just disappear. Well, they're not all bad. But I digress. Mick did bring up the fact that they've removed the microtransactions, but everyone seems to be on the consensus that it's going to be temporary, which I fear. Yeah,
no, they'll probably, do something else. Like maybe they'll do cosmetics naman this time,
Yeah.
I feel like this is the time for them to go, maybe we should look at Blizzard and see what they did, or maybe we should look at Valve and see what they did, or maybe we should look at Ubisoft and laugh and say, "Oh, we're not going to do that anymore."
Well, before we go to Diego's point, I want to build on that, Mick, and say I doubt that's what they're going to do, because their CFO, Blake Jorgensen, said, and this is from GameIndustry.biz, which is a legit website. He said, EA spends a lot of time thinking about how to add similar mechanics to Battlefield and Battlefront as compared to EA's Ultimate Team. And for those of you who never played FIFA, EA's Ultimate Team is pretty much their glorified Star Wars Battlefront with soccer. See, what you do is it's like Hearthstone or any card pack.
I've played it, and I did not enjoy.
See, to sum it up, you buy packs of players or cards that have players that are players. You buy your players for your Ultimate Team, which you use to compete online. But when you buy your players, it's random. You get a random pack of players, and if for some reason you get Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo, two of the best players in the world, you might not even get the best version of them. You might get mid-tier Ronaldo, or if you're super lucky and won the lottery, you'll get the best Ronaldo. Yeah,
or like Ronaldo starting out, like that stuff.
So it's messed up. It's that Ultimate Team method of microtransactions is messed up, and he said it himself. They're looking to add it to their other games. That's freaking soulless, man. That was earlier today.
But think about it this way, though, Harold. I mean, like, the difference between the Ultimate Team in FIFA and with Battlefront is that it may give you an advantage, but the thing is, if you don't know how to use that character properly, then you're not gonna, or shall I say, use that card in your roster properly, then what's the use? It's kind of like, the debate that they had before when Hearthstone first opened. It is the free-to-play versus pay-to-win perspective. So, you may have all the cards, but if you don't know how to use them, then what's the use, right? So it's just for collection now. Yeah, right?
No, but that's like saying, oh, okay, that guy got the best sword in the game, but he sucks. He's still got the best sword in the game
maybe in a perspective where, oh man, I want the best sword in the game, and then that motherfucker's got the best sword in the game. Maybe in that perspective, yes. But how I see it is, if you can't use it, then you just wasted your money, bro. You could have just
It's like how everyone felt when the puny wimp known as Arthur pulled the sword out of the stone. It's like, what? This kid. That's the one who gets the sword from the stone.
Oh my god.
You see these models?
That guy! Are you me? That guy!
You have got to be kidding me. It's like that.
Oh man.
Oh boy. Well, anyway. Well, long story short, hopefully that, EA has learned their lesson and maybe they'll just do cosmetics. And I hope that they learn a thing or two from the people who are actually doing it pretty well, Valve, and of course, well, I think League of Legends also does that, right? Am I right? Do they do that for League of Legends? They have like the loot box thingy for like skin. Oh no, you could purchase the skins. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go to Diego's point real quick about Cyberpunk before we go into Elgin's to finish off the show. Diego! Oh, whoops. Sorry. Diego!
Oh, no.
Cyberpunk.
It's not really... I haven't researched much on like what's happening with Cyberpunk, but it's more of just what CD Projekt Red said about the whole loot box. Basically, the fallout of the whole loot box thing. They said in a tweet, because they Pretty Good Gaming had a tweet said CD Projekt are considering games as a service for Cyberpunk 2077 as part of their drive to make it more commercially significant. Then CD Projekt Red replies saying, at Pretty Bad Tweets, were we not, when thinking Cyberpunk 2077, just so you guys know, Cyberpunk 2077 is the next game that they're coming out with. Cyberpunk, CD Projekt Red is the same makers as Witcher. So he said, when thinking of Cyberpunk 2077, think nothing less than The Witcher 3. Huge single-player, open-world, story-driven RPG. No hidden catch. You get what you pay for. No bullshit. Just honest gaming, like with Wild Hunt. We leave greed to the others.
Ooh.
So it's obviously they're shitting on EA. They're shitting on EA, but right. So
they always,
I don't know.
And a lot of other companies.
And a lot of other companies. The CD Projekt Red. This is a statement that you can believe because they've never. I don't believe they've ever let down their fan base before, especially with how commercially successful The Witcher is. For all I know, people are still playing the damn game right now. I'm pretty sure they are. Because I've never touched The Witcher, but like
it's like Skyrim.
Yeah, it's like Skyrim, but like it's a good game that I know a lot of people play. The only reason why I haven't played is because I still have the stupid Mac. But it's a great game.
Stupid
He's selling his Mac, by the way, guys. He's selling his Mac.
He's selling his Mac.
Yeah, so like now, since I'm gonna get my PC in December, I'm gonna consider playing The Witcher because I know that I want to support CD Projekt Red. I want to support games that are, helping the game industry. Heck, that's why my brother bought a Switch. We love Nintendo games. He has Witcher. I want to buy Witcher. My brother is like, he was pondering for so long if he's gonna buy Battlefront. The only reason why he didn't was because of the microtransactions. Like I bought Bungie. I bought Destiny because I like Bungie. I like Halo. I like Halo. I like the game. I wanted to support Bungie. And I saw it as a game that I didn't have to buy shit in order to be better than Mick, because Mick's obviously better than me in that game.
Not really. I just played it longer than you. That's the difference.
All right.
That's only
so Elgin in the chat, before we get to his earlier points on microtransactions and loot boxes, he says, I remember watching one of DZ's streams and he literally was computing how much money he needed to pump into a game to get all of the skins for a specific event that came out at the time. Suffice to say, it's not good, especially considering they were skins, purely cosmetic skins. They don't have any real value. Well, that and he said a lot as well. He's saying you see justifying loot boxes as just cosmetic means you're giving AAA companies a pass to do it in the first place. Naturally, companies decided to do more, as you're discussing now. It's cosmetics today, power later. But then, that's just irresponsible companies. That's them taking something successful and popular, like using using loot boxes for cosmetics, and then assuming that it's going to be good to make it part of the progression system. And that's why what's happening today is so important, is people are going against what's happening, and they're saying, you know what, when you tie it into progression, that's when it's not okay. And
Exactly.
it's like saying, I had a good comparison earlier on, but we're not saying cosmetics are for everyone, which is the point. You don't have to spend X amount of money on that one skin because you probably don't need it, or you don't like it, or you don't want it.
Yeah.
But when it's tied to power, and it makes when something's supposed to make you better, like you're saying,
If it gives you an unfair advantage in general,
and it gives you an unfair advantage that that has to be a requirement that you pay for it to be competitive, then that's when there's a problem. But you're saying it's Elgin is not here to defend himself unless in chat, which I really wish Elgin was on the show so we could talk to him in real time. And Elgin, we really appreciate you coming on and always commenting.
He does strike a good point, because a lot of what he's saying is kind of what a few people were arguing. A few YouTubers were arguing on when Overwatch came out with the whole loot box system.
Mm-hmm. No,
similar. But yeah, Anyway, go on. I'm just pointing out. It's a very good argument.
We're acknowledging it. You're totally right. Elgin makes great points, and our counterpoints are, it's not essential to the game, which is also the point. Like he's saying, that's when, things that don't really have any real value, become paid for, and aren't. To some other people's perspective, isn't that what video games are? You don't have to spend time in video games and play them, but you buy the games and you have fun in them. And some people find more enjoyment when they have the cosmetics, and some people don't need the cosmetics, but they just want the fun. Same in real life. I don't have to play Battlefront 2, but I'm not actually playing Battlefront 2, but the people who want to play Battlefront 2 are finding themselves gated by the stuff. And yeah, and Justin in the chat makes a very good point with the right words. He's saying that loot boxes are predatory in nature. You can buy cosmetics straight, like in League of Legends, but loot boxes are,
it gives you the chance of gambling. It gives the gambling side of you, a chance to fly free, fly.
Yeah, and we're not saying Overwatch's system is perfect, and
no.
There are improvements that can be made, but what we're saying, the reason why we're comparing it to Overwatch is because it has so much more flexibility. Unlike Battlefront, where you have to grind out time versus, paying just to get Darth Vader. We've been over this point, but that's essentially it. And we're not going to defend every single company because you guys make great points, which is why we have these discussions. And
I think bottom line with this whole thing is that, cosmetics are not for everybody. Some people will not like it. Some people will love it. Loot boxes are also not for everybody. I think that should be the case. Loot boxes shouldn't be a way for people to get ahead, but rather for the people who are into that stuff, into the cosmetics and stuff. So it gives maybe it's bad to say that companies are trying to exploit their kind of nature of, I want to collect all of the skins in this expansion, in this event with this loot boxes and stuff, or I want to get this skin for my gun, but I can only get it from this crate and stuff, and I have to buy keys. But it's them. It's for their enjoyment. I mean, they find more. They enjoy the game even more with that. So it's nice to see that companies are giving them the chance to enjoy it, at the risk of their wallets, of course. At the expense of their wallets. I mean, sorry, not at the risk.
All right, so if we continue down this line, we're going to get into the psychology of humans and their need to gamble, which, again, Elgin, we really appreciate, but we're actually running out of time. I wish he was on the show. But, guys, we have to make our final points on other things. So, EA, quit screwing with us. Publish games responsibly. Quit buying out companies that were doing all right before you.
And
yep.
Yes. Yes.
All right. And lastly, I would be remiss if I did not do this, because I love this game and I love it dearly. World of Warcraft has turned 13, and I have spent about 10 years of my life on a subscription platform that God knows I don't need, but always enhances my happiness. So, World of Warcraft, 13 years old. Thank you, Blizzard. And final points, guys.
They're a teenager now. Wow.
Oh yeah, they are a teenager now. Oh,
yes, they are a teenager.
That's weird to think. I have a niece that is exactly the same age as World of
Wow.
Warcraft. All right,
Lord.
guys. Final points. Let's anything else you guys want to talk about before we ride off into the digital sunset?
I just gotta mention that StarCraft 2, the Blizzard took a jab at EA. So first they made a video about like a dad and his son. Like his son was having a hard time with StarCraft 2, and he was saying, "Dad, can I buy the premium commander? Can I spend on premium currency to buy a commander?" And then the dad was giving him like a lecture about it and stuff, just to prevent him from doing it. And then StarCraft then goes, number of hours before you can play any co-op commander in StarCraft 2, 0. The number of hours it takes to earn the full StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty campaign, 0. So it's basically like taking a jab at EA, like, oh, we don't take 40 hours to unlock one hero. It's like that. You get all of it for free. That's what they're trying to say. Yeah, and good job to them. I mean, it's playful banter, and it's a way for them to just endorse the whole StarCraft Wings of Liberty, StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty is now for free for everybody if they want to.
Yeah.
No paywalls at all. Full game.
Paywalls.
Yeah.
Francis in the chat has been quick. I haven't been able to mention all his one-liners in the chat, but he's saying, EA, quit scamming. Oh, that's a good one.
Quit scamming.
Quit scamming.
Ooh,
All right, Diego. Final words, Diego.
We actually, because of what Elgin said, we never actually asked ourselves the question, do we like loot boxes? Because it was always more of if they're a good idea or when they're okay. But I think the question I could ask myself is, do I like it? I guess to answer that, I don't. Mm-hmm. I really don't like the whole system. Because I remember when playing fighting games, fighting games like Tekken, Dead or Alive, whatever. The longer you play the game, when you play certain characters, like beating your enemy using this character more, eventually, because of playing more, you unlock you unlock new costumes, cosmetic stuff.
Yeah.
Overwatch here. If the loot box system wasn't there, think about it. If it didn't exist in Overwatch, how would you get the costumes? I would be telling myself, okay, maybe I'll earn coins by just playing, or by doing certain achievements, and by doing that, I'll be able to get currency, which I can then use to spend on the cosmetics. Because I have about 12,000 coins in the Overwatch, in my Overwatch account, in Heroes Gallery, and I can buy a good number of costumes. But loot boxes aren't there. So think about that, right? If it wasn't there, it'd be okay.
Yeah, I do want to point out, man, like we're getting busier as we age. Truth, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
We're losing time that we can game. For some of us, time is money. So if I only had an hour to play Overwatch, and I had the money to say, okay, I just want to get that skin, I guess you're right. I would rather be able to pay for the skin than have to go through a random chance with loot boxes. But the other reason why loot boxes are there is because Diego has a point. How else would you be able to earn it with currency, and so on and so forth. Yes, it would be great if I could just outright buy the skin I want. But you could also do that nowadays with the currency you earn from playing and getting duplicates and all that. It's just a weird. We're at a weird stage right now that we can't answer in one show. With loot boxes, and I'm sure the game industry is developing and evolving in a way that hopefully responsible publishers will find a better way to sort this out. But for the meantime, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. People who can afford to do the loot boxes, fine. Go ahead and I guess as someone would say, gamble. And the people who don't, hopefully you have time. If you don't, eventually you're gonna get him. Eventually.
Yeah. In time, my son. In time. Yeah. Or daughter. Whoever's playing.
All right. So yeah. And anything else, guys, before we ride off into the sunset?
One last thing. As a person who has spent a lot of money in Hearthstone when it started, it's weird that if like Hearthstone costed like $60 and it was still that platform, I would have just quit the game. Thank God it's free to play though. Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
That's it. That's all I want to do.
All I gotta say. I love Hearthstone.
Mate. All right, guys. It's time to ride off into the sunset. Let me play that music. Here we go. All right. Diego, where can the folks at home find you when you're not on GameByte?
Okay, so folks at home can find me on my Twitch page, was twitch.tv/instadz. If you guys want to check out the raid that I was talking about, that me, Mick, and the rest of the pub squad played in the other day for 3 hours, you can go over to my Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/instadz. It should be in my videos. Yeah, so it's
past broadcast.
What?
Past broadcast.
Yeah, there we go. That's right. Past broadcast. Sorry, I haven't been streaming on Twitch lately. Hopefully by next month or next year, I can get back on the whole Twitch wagon.
All right, Mick, where can the folks at home find you when you're not on GameByte?
You can catch me on Twitter, where I probably banter about how there's not much content on Destiny 2. That's at the Fury Bot. It's down there. Yes, here. There. Now you can see my hand. And of course on twitch.tv/the Fury Bot, when I finally buy the second monitor that I'm buying in like a few days, we'll be good to go. Yeah, we'll be good to go. I'll be streaming some Hearthstone there, maybe some Destiny 2. I don't know. So Harold, where can the folks find you at home?
Thanks for asking, Mick. If you guys want to find me, when I'm not on GameByte, I'm on the Quit Stalling Geekcast with Juancho and Jay Sanchez. That's usually Tuesdays, 6:30 p.m. But tomorrow, we're going to be having a special episode, 9 p.m. Philippine time. Quit Stalling Geekcast at 50. We're 50 episodes in. Actually more, because we had way more episodes that were test episodes that we were too afraid to brand as actual episodes. So, yeah, officially 50 episodes tomorrow. Tune in for that, guys. I hope you enjoy. We're going to have some special guests like James from the Geekcast. Someone from GameByte might be making a one night only return. I might not be able to say who. And if you want to find me on social media, I'm at Herald Plays on Instagram, on Twitter. I'm also on Twitch, twitch.tv/Herald Plays. And on YouTube, just search for Herald Plays. You're going to see all my videos there. Oh, yeah. And of course, if you want to find out more about Quit Stalling, check out these links below. Facebook at Quit Stalling Us, Twitter at Quit Stalling Us, YouTube bit.ly/Quit Stalling with a capital Q and a capital S, twitch.tv/Quit Stalling. Ignore SoundCloud because we're not there. We're not going to update that anymore. Instagram at Quit Stalling. And of course, you can find all our podcasts on iTunes, on Stitcher, on iHeartRadio, on any podcatcher. The Google Play Store has GameByte and the Geekcast. So check those out, guys. We'll be back next week. I'll be with Mick, Diego, and hopefully Vince, who's been really busy. He's been extra busy. He really wanted to talk about Battle Right tonight. So we'll see you guys next week. Same bat time. Hopefully same bat channel. We're going to have a really quick after show because I got to talk to these guys after that. We'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody. Bye. Let me turn that music off. And we're going to play the GameByte thing. Here we go. Ready?